Hi Virgo, welcome to your November reading. Don't tell Leo that we skipped over them. Just for now, I'm going to go back. But we really need to have a conversation before the full moon tomorrow. So I am doing this on October 30th. And the full moon in Taurus tomorrow that is conjunct Uranus, the sun is opposite Uranus. And we have Mercury, which is our ruling planet, in retrograde that's squaring Saturn. And, Mercury is in Libra right now. Venus is in Libra right now. And I feel like this full moon, yes, it's setting the stage for the eclipse season that's coming up in November. We'll have a new moon in Sagittarius and a full moon in Gemini in November. They're both eclipses. And there's this leading up to really how we value ourselves. And if we look back at the last year, and you see how much you've grown despite everything that's happened in the world, you realize very much that you are the great magician of your life. But if you look at this whole year and all you see is despair and pain and agony and angst and all of that, it will be really hard for you transitioning into 2021, because this year was about evolving. And it was about not playing small anymore. It was about not allowing the world to tell you who you are. And the more we as Virgos step into our own light and allow our own selves to shine, because we're so self-serving. And to a detriment sometimes. We can sacrifice ourselves and serve other people to a detriment. Now, when you start paying attention to yourself, which is what November is going to be a lot about with Venus and Libra, there is an emphasis on where we are valuing ourselves and where we haven't been valuing ourselves in the past, especially towards the end of the Venus transit, which will be about mid-month, when it starts squaring with these final degrees of Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn, before Jupiter and Saturn decide to shift into Aquarius. So when Venus is under that much pressure and she's in, a place where you are feeling like you have to value yourself, there's a kind of like in your face recognition of the lessons that Venus is trying to teach you. And creating that space for you is huge, huge. Because without valuing yourself, you cannot be of support to anybody else. You cannot be serving. You can't be the servant, right? That's what we do. We're here to teach. We're here to love. We're here to grow. We're here to evolve. And we're here to help other people do the same. What we learn, we pass on. But if what we're learning isn't of value for us and only of value to other people, there's going to be a really big projection there. And there can be a lot of pain projected onto other people. So creating that soft spot for yourself, like allow yourself to have a soft place to land in November. Allow yourself to say, man, look at how far I've come. This is pretty amazing. During a pandemic, during all the things that are going on, look how far I've come. Look how much I've grown. Not every single thing that has been hard for you but every single thing that has been of benefit and growth to you. That's what I want you to pay attention to. Okay. So, ooh, I love it. I love it. Queen of Pentacles, first card that came out. There we are. Sitting on the throne, grounded, in our element. Okay, it's a good way to start the reading, Virgo. Let's see. The patience and the value that you give to yourself. The balance and the reciprocity that you give back to your own soul. You could be dealing with a Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius energy. But I think a lot of this is you balancing your heart and your mind. And, you know, Virgo, it's time to have some fun. And Saturn has been restricting your house of fun for almost 3 years now. It will be basically 3 years by the time Saturn moves into Aquarius, which then will, you know, be restricting your day-to-day activities in life. But we like to get organized, so that's fine. Let's, you know, give us a lesson in organization. Sure, we can take that on, no problem. 2.5 years of organization lessons, okay. Some Virgos are like, no. Okay, so we have, woo, that Devil. And then we have the Temperance card. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. And we have Judgment. I feel like a lot of Virgos are craving connection. I feel like a lot of Virgos are craving passion. Having our 5th house restricted, having our house of passions restricted for almost 3 years is like, when do I get to feel the joy? When do I get to feel that fire in my belly again? And it's almost like a cosmic joke that Jupiter was in our 5th house. Like, that would have been an excellent full year, right? That would have been so much fun had Saturn not been there ruining all of it. No, that's not nice. Saturn's actually, like, yes, he's really strict, but he means, like, he does it for, there's a reason behind his strictness. And we like it when there's a reason behind things. We like it when something is done because it makes sense and not just to, you know, shit on everyone. But this Page of Cups and this Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups for me, I don't go to the third party situation with the Three of Cups like most readers do. For me, the Three of Cups is about coming together. It's about being with people that aren't just like-minded individuals, but also feel the same kind of depth of feeling that you feel. So it's like you and me, we share in a certain passion, we share in a certain joy, and we come together and then we make a third energy, which is Source. So it's you and me coming together, making a third energy, which is Source. And I think that's where the connection, the craving of the connection is. And it's not even necessarily something that has to be like romantic or anything like that. It's just, man, where are the people? Where are my people? And if you feel like if your people are spread out all over the world, which mine are, you crave that connection even still, like the physicality of it, not just the energetic, like, I know you exist and I know you're an amazing person, but you're halfway across the world, so here we are. Let's clarify some things. Let's see what this pretty little Queen of Pentacles is doing. I don't remember if I showed you the last card, which is Judgment, right? So for me, Judgment is about, yes, it's about now is the time. Like, we can't wait anymore, but it's also telling us that we're very well taken care of. We're extremely well taken care of by the universal energies. So there really isn't anything to fear, you know? But I think that there's this urgency when it comes to ending some karmic cycles. I love it. Oh man, I knew I needed to do this reading. Like, I was feeling it, man. It was like deep in my guts. So here we are. Justice, which represents Libra, which we talked about. Mercury and Venus. 10 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, by the way. I know you're burdened right now. So we have Justice on the Queen of Pentacles. And that balance, man, that reciprocity, allowing ourselves to sit in the feeling that's good. Like, just feel the goodness. When was the last time you felt good about anything? And creating from that goodness. Creating from goodness always will make an outcome full of joy. And I feel like the value that we're placing on ourselves and bringing ourselves into balance is giving us the opportunity to feel some joy and passion, creativity. You know, it's like, it's almost as if we can foresee Saturn shifting into Aquarius, which will happen in December. We'll talk about that too, but in December we'll talk about that for December readings, which are going to come out early, by the way. The World on the Devil. The cycles that we are closing out right now, the cycles that we're ending right now are chock full of lessons. Chock full of lessons. And what's interesting about a karmic cycle ending that's full of lessons that you need to evaluate and really pay attention to, we don't want to forget the lessons, no matter how hard they were. Like, I know that some people just sort of want to shut themselves off to the things that they really had to learn in a big way. But creating from those lessons, that's going to equal success, you know, because when we look back on all of that stuff and we're like, man, look how far I've come. What is it that I did 3 years ago when Saturn entered Capricorn? And what was it that I was doing then versus where I am today? And not looking at the hardship. Like, yes, I know that Saturn gave you some hard shit to look. Yes, I'm aware, fully aware that Saturn in Capricorn really presented himself in a big way to show you how far you needed to go. And it all came up to this point of the balance of your heart and your mind, the patience that, you know, it's so funny because Virgos are known for organization. We're known for being a little bit stricter than most people. We're known for a lot of things when it comes to you know, being formal, right? People see Virgos as being really, really formal. But one of the things that I've recognized about myself is that I'm actually extremely patient, where I didn't think that I was very patient, but there are a lot of things that were presented to me in the last 3 years where I needed a lot of patience and I needed to remind myself, you know, you need to be patient here, Betsy, you need to be patient here. And a lot of that comes from the heart and the mind balance. And detaching yourself from the expectations of what's going to be happening. So being patient with yourself and being patient with others, it's not about self-sacrifice. It's about recognizing that things are always in a constant form of change and transition, right? The Death card. Now, you could be ending something with a Sagittarius. You could be ending something with a Capricorn. You could be creating something with a Libra. If we're going to talk about signs. But that Death card is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. There's a lot that can be said when it comes to that Scorpio energy. There's a lot that can be said. It could be that you're having to be patient with a Scorpio. When it comes down to it, looking at the situation from a place of distance and not attaching yourself to what the outcome will be, what the expectation will be, what, you know, exactly the way that you want to see it. When you're not attaching yourself to those kind of expectations and those outcomes, it's a lot easier to be able to look at everything in a bigger picture and be like, oh, I see where I need to shift here. I see where I need to make sure that I need to be on my game here. I see where, you know, it's not about how organized you are at this point. It's about how self-aware you are at this point. Because the more aware you are of yourself, the more aware you are of the world. And the more aware of where you can be of service. Which is ultimately the goal of a Virgo. Whether we like it or not. Let me add that. Whether we like it or not, you were born under the sign of Virgo, rising, moon, Venus, sun, Mars. I don't care where the placement is. I have like 5 Virgo placements. They're all hidden in my 12th house, but they're there. So when you are born with Virgo energy, or a placement in Virgo, you vowed to be of service. You made a commitment to yourself and to others to be of service, whether you like it or not. The evolved Virgo, the one that steps truly into their power, is self-aware and values who they are and values their service so much that they pay attention to what's happening within their own awareness so they can be of more service to others, be better service to others. Do you see the difference? Do you see what I'm saying? So that change, that transformation, that phoenix rising from the ashes, the balance, the temperance, the ease. There's something that you really want. There's something that Virgo really, really wants. And the perspective on it may shift from I desire, I long for, I want. Mother of pearl. I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. Okay. So we also have Pisces energy here. We have the Hanged Man. So this energy is going to shift from longing and desire to patience and looking at it in a different way. When you come into balance with yourself and you are truly valuing your connection to who you are and your own spirituality, which is what this full moon is going to show us, the connection that we have truly to ourselves and our own spirituality, where we are coming from on an individual basis, and how we can change the world from that individual basis, because that's possible. But I digress. So we have the Hanged Man on the Page of Cups. Looking at the desires of your heart. Now, for some of you, this is an apology that needs to happen, whether somebody needs to give you an apology or whether you need to apologize to somebody else. And it's almost as if you've been waiting forever for this apology and you just haven't quite gotten it yet. For some of you, you need to look at this apology in a different perspective where it may never happen. But also the desire and the longing of whatever it is, whether it's an apology or whether it's having something in your life, having something new show up in your life, you do know that you are grooming yourself for the desire. So within that manifestation, instead of being like, oh, I don't have this and I really want it, you say, I am going to embody and if it's love, I am going to embody. If you want more love in your life, embody that love. I'm actually teaching you how to do this in a manifesting workshop that I'm doing on November 14th. And if you're interested in learning how to embody everything you want to manifest, you can sign up for that. Register for it today. But creating the embodiment of security, if you want a safe place, if you want a love, if you want a relationship, if you want a new job, you have to embody what it is. And then you have to be honest with yourself about who you're surrounding yourself with. Because the people that you surround yourself with are going to be influential in the decisions that you're making. So make sure those people know your truth. Page of Swords on the Three of Cups. Make sure those people, whether they agree with your truth or not, doesn't even matter. You can have relationships and friendships with people that you don't fully agree with, as long as you're respectful about it. Right? Da, 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 da. What is it that you want, Virgo? I knew that this card was coming. So we have the Lovers on Judgment. Now, this could be a Gemini energy. You could just be wanting a Gemini energy. But as Saturn eases up on our 5th house, there will be an urge for you to want to move into a relationship. If you're already in a relationship and you are perfectly fine and happy, then that's great. Maybe you guys are leveling up. Cool. If you're a Virgo who is single and is not in a relationship, you will start to feel this longing as Saturn releases its restriction to Capricorn and moves into Aquarius. You'll start to feel that longing. This is the key. This is why we are grooming ourselves to come into alignment. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship, you have to be fully aligned within a relationship to yourself, first and foremost, because you will sacrifice to your detriment if you're not in alignment with who you are. That's the Virgo plight. If you are not fully in alignment with who you are, you will sacrifice yourself to your detriment. Insert Betsy to help you not do that. Queen of Cups, 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Okay. There might be some arguing with a water sign about what to choose, which direction to go in, how are things going to happen, how are things going to move along, what is it that we have to do, da 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 da, right? Could very well be something that's happening towards the end of November. Because you're all looking out for too far into the future when you need to rein that in a little bit. I feel like there are boundaries that are needed because there are endings that are coming when it comes to the water signs, it feels like. I don't want you to overthink your position in this. So I have the High Priestess, I have the King of Cups, and I have the 7 of Wands. But I also have the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups over here. So it feels very much like the water signs right now and Virgos aren't necessarily getting along. Now, if you are one that has a lot of water in your chart, then your water is fighting with another person's water. Your emotions are fighting with another person's emotions. You're not actually having a water balloon fight or anything like that. It's not what I meant. Be very aware as Mercury goes direct and moves back into Scorpio and is there, you know, man, for most of November. Your words might be a little sharp. Things, you might be able to cut people down very quickly. So it's possible that you'll want to rewatch this video in November sometime just to remind yourself to watch your words towards the end. If it's the truth, like tell people the truth, tell people what they need to hear, but don't overstep your boundaries when it comes to that, because I do feel like you could easily hurt people's feelings. Easily hurt people's feelings in a big way. All right. I love you guys. This was a very long reading. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm also doing the 6-month forecast readings. And they're pre-order right now. The pre-order includes December. I only have like 3 spots left, I think. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna offer it again. I might offer it at the beginning of the year for a couple of days, but I haven't really decided. So this might be the only chance for you guys to get in. I know I've said that in the past and I've offered more. So I honestly, like, I'm just kind of I'm rolling with the punches right now, you guys. Like, there's no hard and fast decisions that are going on over here for sure. Because I know that everything can shift like that right now. There's nothing that is promised to us today. So here we are. But I love you guys. Join us in the members too. If you haven't had a chance to check out the membership, even the lowest level gets you lots of stuff. You get mid-month love readings. They're like love life readings and daily energy updates and stuff like that. So join us over there. I love you guys. Please have a wonderful November and I'll see you soon. Bye.